here's another example of a rational equation, and this one's a little bit more involved. There's a lot more to it. First off, we notice that our denominators are m plus 2, m, and m squared minus 4, which I've crossed out. But I crossed it out because it's not in factored form. When I'm finding common denominators of rational terms, I need to look at them in factored form. Okay, so I break down the m squared minus 4 as the difference of squares, m plus 2 and m minus 2. Now finding the common denominator, this is how it works. Grab the first factor, the m plus 2. Got to have that. Come to the next thing. A plain m is a very different thing than an m plus 2. Those guys have to stick together. So I'm going to include, multiply in m. So I need an m, I need an m plus 2. Then I come here, I see that I already have an m plus 2, so the only extra factor I'm going to need in my common denominator is m minus 2. So m, m plus 2, m minus 2, all three are my common denominator. And I take all three factors and multiply them times every term here. So in this first fraction, just the m plus 2 cancels. That leaves me with the m minus 2, and the numerator of 3. Then we have a plus, okay, then we have our 2, and then our m is the only thing that cancels here, so we have our m plus 2 and our m minus 2 remaining. On the right hand side, I'm looking at the factored form, the m plus 2 and m minus 2 cancel, so we've got our numerator of 4m minus 4 times the m that's left. Then you go ahead and you multiply all of this out, so I did the 3m and I'm going to distribute. That seemed easier to me. I FOILed this out and then I'm going to distribute. And over here you just go ahead and distribute. Now collecting our like terms, we notice that we are ending up with a quadratic. See, there's a squared term in here, which means I'm going to need to solve it by factoring or maybe the quadratic formula. Fortunately for us, when you bring all the terms to one side equal to 0, and that's always what you want to do when you have a quadratic term, it factors. Alright, so it factors as m plus 2 and m minus 4. Using our zero product principle, we know then that either m plus 2 is 0 or m minus 4 is 0, which means m equals negative 2 or m equals 4. Now I cross this one out. Why? Because if I come back up here to the top and I put a negative 2 in this first denominator, what's going to happen? It becomes a negative 2 plus 2 becomes a 0. I can't divide by 0, so it's a false solution. Only m equals 4 is a solution. Always be sure that you check those.